everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to do a cook and clean with me. And I've got a good recipe that you can do in the crock pot. I did it in the oven just because that's kind of what I do, but I can also put it in the crock pot. It's very simple, and let's get straight to it. So as you can see, I have some chicken breast in a pan, and of course I greased it, and I'm just seasoning it with some salt and onion powder. And now I'm just going to put this pasta sauce, marinara sauce, on top of the chicken. And then after I do that, I'm going to kind of spoon it where that way it's like all over the chicken, and it covers it pretty well. I really like it when it bakes with all of that and the juices and everything get into the chicken. It's wonderful. So, of course, stick some aluminum foil on top. That way the top doesn't get burned being in the oven. And that's all you got to do right now. I'm just getting some leftover lunch out of the oven. And don't mind my toaster oven. I've had this thing for about 13 years. It's old, but I love it, and I'm not getting rid of it. So, I put it on 375, and I do put it for the timer 89 minutes. That's why I said you can do this in the crock pot. I do it for 89 minutes just because when you get out the chicken, it falls apart. I don't like chewy food when it comes to my meat. I don't like that. So I cook it for a long time. My family likes it too. It's just, it falls apart. It's like butter. But now I'm just going to clean up a little bit while I am cooking dinner. I had to unload my dishwasher. That way I can get all the dirty stuff in the dishwasher. So I'm just putting up the clean stuff, and then I'm going to reload it. This drawer is a lot more organized than what it used to be, but it's still a mess. I think I just have a lot of cooking utensils, but I use all of them. So, I mean, I'm all for decluttering, but I use them all. And I don't want something sitting on my counter where I grab the utensils out of. I had that before, and I did like it, but I also don't want, I already have enough stuff on the counter. I don't want more stuff on it. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to make this work for me a little bit better. It's just, we're a family of 5, and we are really outgrowing this house, and it doesn't have that many storage areas in this house. Like, it doesn't have a coat closet and some other stuff, so it's just kind of hard to work with. Also, I could use a pantry. That way I could store a lot of my food and bigger items and stuff in that. But anyway, this is done, the chicken's done, and all I'm going to do is put some cheese on it. Now I'm using mozzarella, and it's either a taco or a Mexican style cheese after the mozzarella. I can't remember. You'll see it in just a minute. But you can do mozzarella and Parmesan, or just Parmesan. Pretty much any cheese you want to do with this, or if you don't want cheese, you don't have to put that on there. We just like it, so I am putting a bunch on. I'm just kind of piling them up, you know, the cheese up on the chicken pieces, and that way everybody has plenty of cheese. Yeah, it's Mexican style. And I'm just putting some on this, and then after you get your cheese on, just stick it back in the oven uncovered for just a few minutes. I stick it in the oven for, I don't know, I would say five minutes max, just enough to melt the cheese. And I put the oven on 375. You can do 350, 375. Just kind of keep it at a low temp. And see how good that looked? It looks amazing. It tastes wonderful too. And now I am just making a side salad. I'm cutting up some cucumbers, and so that we have them. I'm not putting them in the salad just because when I have leftovers and I put it up the last time I had cucumbers in there, it ended up, the cucumbers got slimy and kind of mess up the salad. So I just keep those on the side. And I'm also going to cut up those mini peppers. They taste really good. I like them, and I like the crunch that they give along with the cucumbers. And after I am done cutting those up, I add some mushrooms. And that's pretty much all I do with the salad. Again, you can do anything. I just wanted it kind of simple, and we were already having so much cheese with the chicken that I didn't want to add cheese in this. Now, if anybody wanted cheese with their salad, obviously they could have added it themselves.
Nobody's gonna make me feel I'm going down. Oh, I'm doing all right.
And the salad turned out so pretty. I really love the different colors of the peppers. I just think it brightens it up and just makes it kind of just, I don't know, summery. I know it's fall, but it's pretty. And this is my plate. Again, if you haven't seen my other videos, I am keto, so I stay away from everybody else's. And the second picture was what I fed everyone else with the mashed potatoes and stuff. And now it's after dinner, so I am going to just clean up from dinner. I'm putting all of the leftovers away, and that way, you know, we can eat them the next day or whatever. And once I get that done, I just start cleaning up the counters and the table and do some dishes again. And you know, dishes are never ending. Dishes and laundry, you're always doing one or the other all the time. They never end. But I do good if I can just keep up with the laundry itself. Like dishes, I get that done pretty much every day, or my son helps me with that, my oldest. But laundry, I'm horrible with it. I'm working on being better though, I promise. And to be honest, I have gotten a lot better with my laundries. I may not be where I want to be, but I am getting better, and it's baby steps, and I think that's all that really matters. As long as you are going towards your goal and you're making small steps to better it and to better yourself, I think that's all that matters. And that's what I really try to do when it comes to pretty much anything that I want to do. I always have goals and stuff like that in mind, and I'm always trying to be better than what I was yesterday in a sense. So I'm always trying to just do small steps every day. And small steps every day, you end up accomplishing your goals eventually. And it's better than not doing anything and wishing you had done something.
Stronger than ever, baby. It's not a shade of mine. All in all, I'm doing fine, doing alright. I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright. I'm doing okay. It's not a shade of mine. Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I
I love a clean kitchen, especially at night, because when you wake up in the morning, the last thing you want to see is a dirty kitchen, and that's just more responsibility you have to do for that day. So if I can get it done the night before, I really try to do that. It's kind of like making your bed every morning, or every day. It's just one responsibility off of you that you don't really have to deal with, and I like that. Now I am just doing some laundry, and I'm gonna call it a night. But there was some laundry that needed to get done, and like I said, I am working on being better at it, so I wanted to make sure that I did get this done before I went to bed. I also figured that this would be a good time while I'm doing laundry to kind of have, I guess, if you want to call it laundry talk, but kind of a get to know me a little bit, why I started YouTube in the first place. And I figured I'd like to share it with you guys of, why I started it. And pretty much, it was after my third child was born, my daughter. I got postpartum pretty bad, and it ended up turning into full-blown depression. And I had no motivation whatsoever to do anything, and YouTube ended up being like my saving grace, to be honest. I found YouTube when I was looking up something, I think more for my fish and stuff like that. So I ended up getting into, fish because I could decorate the tanks and stuff, and it gave me something to do, and I enjoyed it. And when I didn't feel like cleaning the tanks, or when I needed to learn about it or whatever, I would obviously YouTube it, and they had, watch me clean my tanks or whatever, and I realized that it motivated me. And I also realized when I went to a friend of mine's house, every time she would clean and I would help her out and stuff, the next couple of weeks I was motivated to clean. It was kind of like, I don't know what it was, to be honest with you, but it just motivated me to be better, to get up and kind of, keep pushing, I guess, keep pushing forward. But that's when I found cleaning videos on YouTube, and I started watching a few different channels, but I found Love Meg, and I think a lot of people are familiar with her. She's pretty popular. But anyway, if you haven't heard of her, look her up. She's wonderful. But I realized that it gave me a lot of motivation. So eventually, after a few months of that, I started feeling better and getting better and stuff, and I decided that I wanted to be that for other moms. The moms that didn't feel like getting up in the morning, the moms that didn't feel like cleaning up their house, or just whatever it was that was giving them such a hard time. I wanted to be that motivation for them. So that's just a little bit about me, and I figured you might, be interested, and why I started my YouTube channel. I made you a video on it, like exactly, kind of what I went through and stuff in more detail. I don't know. I mean, if you'd like to see that, please just leave a comment down there and let me know. But this is about it for this video, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you. I'll see you next time. Bye!
It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad